Everyone, and welcome back. It's Mineski versus Fnatic game one of our two best of ones I have to play for WePlay Season 3 today. I'm W1, I am joined by the wonderful Heen, and we are here after what was a server blowout, full of other things going wrong. We are here to start our game in all pick mode. Get underway, but hello Heen, welcome back after our short break.
It could have been worse, but this is a mild break compared to some of the tech problems I've seen over the years. At least it's starting. It wasn't too bad.
Do you want to open up that can of like how long have we had to wait for games in the past?
I'd rather not. Just bad memories, you know.
I've waited I think hours for one game to actually like be recontinued, but that was chasing down Warcraft 3 replays and stuff like that.
Oh, by the way, the audio quality got significantly better just magically. So.
Yay! Woo! So you can actually hear what I say now.
Most of it, like two or triple times better than what it was like 2 minutes ago.
That's gonna make me a very happy man. Net, however, is not gonna be so happy. Being voided, storm bolted, now being iron shelled, and most definitely killed off. Fnatic will feed first blood to Mineski's off lane. They're gonna keep going?
They should be fine. Sven doesn't have mana. I mean, he does have a mango, but...
No reason to commit it. But with this posturing, they can now potentially make a play for both runes.
Seconds to battle.
I think what Mineski want to do, since they got the first blood and they planted that aggressive ward in the jungle, they might get greedy and try to get both runes, but probably unlikely. Looks like they're gonna, shouldn't be able to get bottom with 3 heroes. Or are they?
No, Rage Potato looks like he wants to try and contest this, so they're all gonna get sticky napalmed up. Cuckoo's still here, remember he doesn't have doppelganger, he's just got the lance and the Rage Potato in very close. Mushi gonna slide himself in with the dagger. It's a nice double stun. Who's gonna get it? It will be the PL. At the same time, Night Stalker, is this really worth the cost? You've consumed mangas, you consumed fairy fires, and you've actually lost 2 heroes. You did kill off the Spectre, but you'll also lose your Phantom Lancer as well, giving Net a double kill on the support disruptor.
I think Net's happy now. I mean, let's try to recap that. So they got the first blood, so I mean that doesn't count. So only to kill 2. It was 2 for 2, but Mineski did get bounty rune. So I guess in a way, Mineski are okay with that. I mean, it's not like they gave up first blood. They got both the runes. They used up a mango. It's like really hard to assess who got the better trade from that.
If anything, like I might say, like it's slightly in favor of Fnatic. And I only say that even when they're 2 runes down, the fact that consumables were burnt so heavily on the offlane. Like we got 2 tango charges, 5 tango charges in total between Rage and Potato as well as Jesse Vash. So staying on this lane can be difficult, and Net being really involved heavily in this, you can already see they're trying to come in for another kill. Mushi cannot help out with this, however. Fortunately died so he didn't get in the experience. I just feel like Mushi's going to get a little bit more space just because of what happened there. Mineski aren't going to walk over Fnatic.
I think Mineski realized that Mushi's low on regen and they don't feel too scared about practically it's like a 2-on-2 right now because Mushi can't help out.
Oh, ball, nice block.
From
3-4-3. The Spectral Dagger's coming as well. They've still got Thunderstrike, and with a follow kick, Potato's going to go down.
Well, how are the other lanes doing? I guess mid lane's sort of a wash, with Pugna obviously winning the CS early on. I haven't seen Pugna versus PL before. I mean, either heroes are really standard. Mid one might be in trouble here.
Gotta try and get himself out. The Trapify will buy him some time with the Fairy Fire. The Trapify is actually over on the Night Stalker, who will just go for the Void. And yeah, they dove in very deep, and in comes 3-4-3. Boulders himself forward. Can't really do much against lineup. You need to be there just a second earlier.
Money changes hands.
And I think this is the general downside of Pugna. He's a very good laner. Like he can secure himself some easy CS, but these ganks are so brutal for a hero like Pugna.
You take that risk. Like there's other heroes which have like played mid for a long time who you understand it. Like, they don't have the escape mechanisms of, like, PL with Doppelganger. Like, you just know you're going to get your trade-off with pure DPS. Fnatic, with their game yesterday, with this Pugner, it was all about the 4-man group up they had later on. Like, when Ohio is going to get Blink Dagger on his Batrider, they just get the jump and initiate, you nuke down whoever you find, and then you inflict heavy damage into the tower. Fights continue to go on, then the Spectre just haunts in.
Yeah, for sure. I noticed that Fnatic as a team, they trust mid one to, I mean, if they're not going to help mid one, and other team helps the mid, gonna struggle obviously, but he comes back very nicely in the mid game. He always stays relevant.
4-3 can't keep up with it. Should reveal the Observer Ward, however. Night Stalker. Raging Potato actually walked in close on the Pugner then after already being sticking Napalm. And that gives free gold to the Batrider. And also takes away the support for Cuckoo in lane.
Yeah, not very often you see a Batrider rotation like that lead into something. He usually goes to the jungle.
Probably wouldn't have led to anything if Night Stalker just like bailed out. But instead he went into the tree line around the mid lane. Closer to the Pugner, closer to that burst damage.
Oh, 3-4-3.
Night Stalker's still going to get the rune, but mid one's still here as well. 3-4-3 needs to boulder himself out. Fairy Fire, he can't do it, but they have enough damage to kill off Raging Potato. They need more mana, however, to get the Disruptor Glimpse up so they can bring back Vush.
Oh, jeez. Raging Potato is already 0-4. Take some of those deaths couldn't be avoided, like the first blood. I mean, the level 1 fight at the rune, when your team makes a call to commit to the rune, then you sort of have to accept your death. But I think a lot of these were misplays because he simply didn't run away when he should have, and he got into the trap of thinking Night Stalker's all powerful early on. He has a lot of armor and he has high regen, but the majority of Fnatic's early game damage is coming from magical damage, so you shouldn't underestimate that portion.
More kills he keeps feeding over, the stronger Fnatic are going to get, and I'm not seeing Cuckoo having any influence in this game. This Pugner is just completely dominant. Every time Cuckoo, like, it looks like his bottle will come in to bring him back, like, on fighting terms. They just don't get anything out of it. Nice glimpse out, and that should outrun this. Because he has to keep walking back, so you're bottled up now. But he missed his Doppelganger previously, so mid one just decrepifies Nether Blast, and it keeps hitting. Cuckoo doesn't seem to be able to dodge these attacks coming in from one, and now it all happens again. Blast of physical attacks, he's burnt through all of his bottle charges. The only thing that keeps him alive is these 9-1 charges, which are banked up currently.
Yeah, that's not enough, unfortunately. He should probably ferry a salve or two. I mean, there's no point in bottle ferrying if you can't go near the creeps, and you're just remaining at status quo.
At least he gets a rune this time.
Only it were a regen.
Too.
We haven't talked much about the top lane. I think the lane is going somewhat as expected. Sven, Lion, pretty strong lane. It's not the strongest, but Batrider being by himself, they zoned it up okay. But Ohio, 6 minutes at 6 minutes for a Batrider. Usually a hero, you rely on jungle stacks somewhat. He was able to manage that levels without stacks, I think, so that's good for Fnatic.
He's kind of had the lane, the equilibrium of Mineski holding that lane hasn't happened. He's got a lot of experience just underneath his own tier 1 tower. And he also got that kill on the Night Stalker if they saw him. In comes the Firefly, Ohio with a God's Break 7 up. Raging Potato's going to come in too. It's a beautiful kick from 3-4-3, and the last two is taking Jules out of this fight. You'll still get the Void off, so Ohio will drop down. But Jules is on the chase here, and Mushi's right behind him. Jules has isolated himself from the rest of his team. Handful of Deathlike damage. He'll still get the kill over on net, but if Mushi can get this, maybe it'll be worth it. As Jules and Raging Potato, they've gone pretty big. Mushi will actually lose his life. One touch point save him. He turns for the dagger. Raging Potato doesn't take enough damage from the tower either. So it's a Night Stalker triple kill, almost getting as many kills as he's had deaths in the first 7 minutes.
That went surprisingly well for Mineski. I thought Mineski were Fnatic were the ones setting this up. sides had ward, so
Radiant's bottom
it was
tower
like
is under
they
attack.
both assumed that they had the element of surprise. And when Ohio managed to get that lasso off before he died on this side, I thought that was going to be turn over the fight, but
Yeah, ditto. That Sven survived so much longer than I was expecting. And then when the Earth Spirit came in for the 3-man kick too, you didn't think like Mineski would be able to recover from such a thing.
So Raging Potato coming back really nicely, 0-4 to 3-4, level 6. Compare that to the, I mean, Earth Spirit is basically the mirror image on the other team. He's the 4th position, and he's only level 3, so Mineski might get that timing window where the laning phase wasn't so great from them, and that fight over there might change the game.
Mid one's trying to bait Cuckoo into a battle. It's not going to happen. Mid one was dropping his life a little bit here and there, and they had 3-4-3 waiting behind the tower. Now that doesn't work, so Net 4-3 rotate to the top lane. Ohio still needs a little bit more space to get this blink dagger of his.
Oh, mid one?
Okay, yep. Okay.
Death to all betrayers.
Easy hit and run, GTA style from Mineski.
I think Cass could have been greedy, but he just went for the sure thing.
Nice kick. 3-4-3, they're gonna glimpse back into the wall now. Jules, dodge range plus walk ride. That's a lot of life, a lot of armor. They ball out, and in fact, Mushi's gonna come in, but Cuckoo, he's gonna arrive with his PL. Jules, very, very low on life. Mushi needs to finish the job before they can deal with Cuckoo, who's already taken out their support hero in net. And Mushi, he just can't escape. There's more illusions of PL being created, and Mushi on 30 life. Not enough to actually kill him off.
Cast.
Rotating over, yeah, Cast
Right.
is gonna look for the stun. Mushi, push to the tree line.
Radiant's
He's got
bottom
3
tower
one-charges, so he's got enough mana for Spectral Dagger. But with the rolling boulder forward from 3-4-3, they get a double stun into Ohio as well as net with the body blocking from 3-4-3. He just can't get out. He leaves an Observer Ward behind, so at least his death will not be in vain. Turns for a quick hex, so Mushi can't actually take the last hit, but actually that doesn't even stop him anyway. Mushi will find that kill. Mid one? No, not a fight. Nether Wards? Okay, maybe it is a fight. Header's gonna get the Creeper fight. Paul's coming over as a long range kick from 3-4-3 to buy space. No.
You want to look at bottom though. Jesse Bash getting a ton of space from those engagements.
Totally smack. Oh, he doesn't.
He
went-
doesn't?
He went for the Arcane Boots
Radiant's
plus the
middle
Soul
tower
Ring.
is under
So
attack.
now he picks up the headdress plus most of the buckler.
I don't really blame him for that though. I think that's the better choice because putting the fast spec, Darkseer is also limited by the levels he can get. Like, doesn't want to fight too early on. So the Arcane Boots is gonna accelerate his mech. It's like faster to go Arcane spec than mech Arcane. You should have the mech by the time the team actually needs it.
And he's gonna kill off the Disruptor. I was super busy watching Cuckoo try and initiate in that mid lane.
Same here.
Just a simple movement in with the Night Stalker. Now they actually get to go on the Cuckoo. The Blink Lasso up for Ohio. They still haven't found that kill yet. They've let the silence go, but is it going to be enough? Yep, it will be. TL unable to get himself out of that.
Radiant structures are
So a good
fortified.
kill coming in for a Pugner. The tier 1 tower was lost in mid. Fnatic are now rallying the support to the top lane.
Dire's middle tower.
They have Spectre ult, they have
Nice glimpse. Perfect follow-up kick. Same time as the Decrepify, they're draining out Raging Potato, and there's that special haunt you're talking about. Going after that Night Stalker, Mushi will beat there, and it's a nice killing spree. And with a sticky napalm, it's only 2 charges, but it's enough to make sure this line cannot escape and cannot turn a fight. Jules, ready with the Storm Bolt, but because they used the Gossamer previously to find that kill, they just didn't have that damage for this fight.
That was such a good. I think they got the 2 kills, and more importantly, they took off all the map pressure. So Mushi, he swapped places with Darkseer, and now he's going to be able to farm at least 3 waves.
Look, God's strength on cooldown for 6 more seconds, and then will also be glimpsed out. The wall will make it so fast, gonna keep the chase going. Like Mineski trying to force the issue a little bit too hard, but they do defend their tier 1 tower on the side lane.
Earth Spirit got that level 6, and Disruptor is going to hit it as well with maybe a jungle stack or 2. This one camp should be enough. But as you said, I think Mineski, a big mistake for them would to feel uneasy and try to overcommit into this this lineup for Fnatic is great at making turnarounds. You got the Disruptor to pick off if someone dives in. Oh, Mushy, is he gonna be okay?
They got
the
Finger of
drums.
Death available, so no. They can't keep up with this movement speed. Not when that drum charge is triggered.
It was sort of questionable because look at Mushy, he has so much HP right now. And just, I know the line does have Finger off cooldown, but still, for 2 supports to go on a Spectre this farm, kind of like, it wasn't gonna, there was a low chance it was gonna work.
It's almost like a little bit of space creation. Now they'll get the kill in mid. And, well, okay, they do commit the Finger of Death for it. There was a chance that Mushi could have escaped from it, but he just ran directly into Cuckoo.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I think with the Mineski
Dire's
ward
top
too,
tower
just behind
is
that
under
tier 1
attack.
tower.
They got
see,
some great wards actually.
kind of see wherever Fnatic is moving and knowing what they can get away with.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Don't have to worry about this kind of trade-off though. Forcing in the mid lane, but mid 1 is doing heavy amounts of damage to that tier 1 tower on the top.
Radiant's middle tower is under
In fact, they're already
attack.
starting their TP, so yep, Reggie Potato goes up to mid 1, will TP out, and that actually glimpsed him away. Isn't really a good thing for him, because now they also scout out the stacks, and Reggie Potato goes directly back into the farm with the rest of his team.
Oh, most of the tier 1s are dead. I guess the 2 least valuable ones are left, the offlane towers for each team. I mean, what's the next play here? I think Roche is sort of awkward for both lineups. Either side really has a great Roche lineup, so Sven hasn't had too much
Jules?
farm. Oh my god, Jules. He wanted to give his teammates more EXP, that's how I'm gonna sell it.
You can try and sell it like that. Cast was trying to take the aggro for him, and then Cast realized he was dying too much, so when he ran back in, when Jules ran back in, he took the aggro again, got blasted.
Yeah, I think one of the things that Mineski, that they haven't chance to do is farm the stacks for Sven. He's sort of, he was needed in a lot of places because he happens to have the best form of initiation for now. So usually at this timing, I mean, in a good Sven game, you'd see like a Sanjin Yasha completed with the Blink Dagger almost on way. So a bit late timing for Sven, which is unfortunate because I'd say Spectre, I mean, just the general lineup on Fnatic still scales better compared to Mineski's for a time being.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Waiting for this top lane fight. Jules is coming up. Got strength off cooldown, so obviously he's going to try and fight. Doesn't have the full SMY thanks to his death, but goes to the stun over a mid one. There's the last two from Ohio. They drag Jules into the middle of that storm, and he can't get himself out of this one. He'll go down. Even the Lion, who's keeping himself in, gets instantly glimpsed back out again. Mid one dropping so low. The mechs can't do enough, and that magnetized from 3-4-3, making life very difficult for Mineski, and Raging Potato cannot escape from it. Team was too far away. He just ran in, but Vash as well as Cuckoo just weren't there on the front lines. Cast was taken out at the very start of the fight thanks to Disruptor.
Yeah, mid one actually took so much damage and focus for Fnatic. Usually, Earth Spirit often have problems getting like the second or third stone off during the ult, but because mid one was taking all that damage and spells, he basically died for the team and guaranteed a better outcome. I'd say Fnatic are really happy about that team fight, and Mushy just TPs back to bottom after the haunt. Standard Spectre play. He's not going to go for that Radiance, it seems.
Diffusal fighter. Probably the best thing he can get, like in Manta Diffusal. That line won't stand a chance.
It's a
in
Manta
fight.
first, maybe.
Unless there's anything he really wanted, like Diffusal off.
I mean, you could kind of get gimmicky and diffusal off the Hex on your teammates, but not really worth it. For the silence.
He's going again on top. Chip Potato, the perfect glimpse into kick. So actually give it a magnetize for that kill.
I mean, it's such a low cooldown spell that I don't think he cares too much.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Mineski wanted to try and stop them, they could, but tier 1 tower was so low, wouldn't have been worth the rotation time. And this is what Fnatic did when they ran this Pugna previously. Fights just seem to be crazy. Got so much teamfight control. And then they got direct damage into buildings, so they take the fight and they instantly get the objective after.
They found Jules.
He's a long way out. Oh, higher. Masu. Drag him over. 3-4-3 will come in for the kick with the silence. Jules can't pop off the damage. Bot farming inside the Radiant jungle and goes down.
You know what I think is a common theme among Fnatic games recently is that they draft lineups where they have really good team fight. So when the enemy teams like tries to avoid team fights and go for these skirmishes, they also have pretty good skirmishes too, like between the Batrider and Spectre. The lineup is pretty well rounded. And one of the things I wanted to mention was Sven. We talked about him not being able to farm the ancient stacks too actively this game. So he was in the Radiant jungle hunting for Mushy, but Mushy, he had this spidey senses tingle and he avoided the gank. And that's sort of the reason why he was caught. Like he went into Radiant jungle, went looking for Spectre at the cost of his own farm, then put himself in an awkward spot. And like the Fnatic ward, the Radiant ward and the Radiant jungle, it was cleverly placed anticipating these kind of movements.
Kind of funny that you make that point after we talked about how great Mineski's vision was early on. That just that just dropped off. In fact, they have one observer ward on this map currently, and it's at the entrance of their jungle from top lane.
Yeah, I think any game with Night Stalker, I tend to fall into the trap of assuming Night Stalker is gonna get an axe at like the 25-minute mark, maybe if it's late, 30 minutes, and then he's the king of vision control. But in this game, it looks like Raging Potato's not even gonna bother with the Aghanim's for now. He's not having the best of games. And if you ask me who has better map control between a gem Batrider and a non-Ags Night Stalker, I'd probably say Batrider.
There's no way Mineski can see him coming.
Yeah, I mean, Night Stalker is so low level that he can't control the day-night time as effectively as he wants.
Fnatic was actually going to force the issue there. They end up TPing mid one back home. He's almost got enough money that he can be picking up his... If he wants to, he can pick up the Greaves.
Ned? Oh, you have to be careful there, buddy.
If it's...
Oh,
wait, no! It was different inside the Shadow Amulet!
Exactly.
Came back out of it. They didn't have... they had sentries, but... Even if you commit a sentry to kill off a disruptor, you're still going to say that's sort of worth it.
He should have been dead by rights though, because Ohio TP'd to the top, and I think Mineski realized that, and if Batrider suddenly TP'd to the other side of the map, they're pretty confident taking the fight anyway, and Net was so close to the Glimmer Cave. He did in fact fight a full Glimmer Cave as he died. He waited around for those few CS, and that's what gets you killed in Dota.
Here they come. Roshan's pretty low. You got Spectral Horn to give the extra fish no higher. Yep, there's your jump in. They go for the kick in, but really, where's the damage coming out? It's all on Raging Potato as well as on Vast, but they caught Cast outside, so take away your finger of death, and they actually got snatched out by the Spectre. He's got the Aegis, the Immortal, as Mineski. They're split around. Vast will not survive this. Magnetite just does too much work, and Cuckoo and Jules, they're stuck inside. You get the Flame Break to cancel off TP, plus also the glimpse back out again, and Jules just tries to find something, but he won't get anything. The only thing they got was killing off Roshan, and then victory of that is very shallow when you lose the Aegis to a Spectre.
Yeah, at this point, I think Bushy made so much money off that engagement, he could kind of go for the Radiance now, if he wants to. It wouldn't be the worst idea. I mean, already you can see 3 potential Blink Dagger carries on Mineski, Lion, Darkseer, Sven.
You can see its advantage. May also just want to try and end this game now. Don't prolong it. Don't let a Pugna go further into the late game. Get your Mana Style if possible. Get parts of your Diffuser Blade. Still make yourself so damn strong. Even just with Mana Style, you're so strong up against a hero like a Lion.
Yeah, I think
Wonderful
the
illusions,
problems
that's
that Mineski are running into now also comes back to the ancient facts. Basically, Sven isn't farmed enough, and I mean, what's the point of picking the Darkseer with the Sven if the Darkseer had a above average? I mean, at 23 minutes, he has all the items he needs. He doesn't have Guardian Greaves, but it's not too important this game. But his teammates aren't ready. They feel like they need more farm, so they're missing out on these timings, and they just keep adding up.
Honestly, kind of like you don't think much of it. Like we kind of joke around a little bit about like the death of Zvem at the ancient stack. That meant that he didn't actually have his SMY going into that top lane fight, which happened directly after it. So could have made such a huge difference for him.
Yeah, but she's saving up, so I suspect he's gonna go for the Radiance. Well, I mean, there's no reason to save up 4,000 gold.
TPing out though for now. Just another TP scroll. He's got Spectral Horn off cooldown, so he can join the fight whenever the hell he wants. Takes care of the mid first. The courier's making his way up now. It's just the courier. Like, there's no Radiance recipe sitting on it.
Yeah, probably to secure the relic gold. Okay, Mineski just smoked up, but they should know full well that even though it's 4 at bottom, it's 5. I think the smarter play is to go for Mushy at this point, but Mushy already smells it. He smells something fishy, and the only way for Fnatic to lose a team fight is if Mineski go on Spectre. And if they go on his teammates, then he can always ult in.
They would have seen Net for a moment. Now we actually hit daytime as well. It's not when Raging Potato wants to play. There's no darkness coming into this one. The kick and the perfect storm out from Net. Raging Potato is looking anything by giving life a hope at a mid-1 and a perfect boulder in. They've got everything with the Spectral Horn. The chaos is created, and Mineski, they never stood a chance. They fought in daytime with the Night Stalker on their side under perfect ward vision of Fnatic. That was never going to end well.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so hard for Mineski at this point, and I know I'm as a player, I wonder what it's like to be in this position where all your options seem it's either bad or worse or worst. I mean, you have to fight into Fnatic at daytime against Pugna wards, and Wishy was going to haunt in, so it was going to be 5 on 5.
Fnatic is giving even Mineski like a slight chance to come around here. Raging Potato is chasing this. Just a deter and Spectral Dagger from Mushi's going to stop him. You lose an entire fight, you lose 2 towers on bot lane. The Radiance is now up as well for the Spectre. We're actually getting hits off is going to be really difficult for Mineski. This is a rock and a hard place, man. That's the best way to describe it for Mineski.
I think the net worth Fnatic scores have the top 30 spots right now, and anytime Spectre lineups are winning, especially when Spectre's at the top 2, the 20-something minute mark, it spells trouble.
It's kind of funny that you never really see Pugna much these days. Like, he appears in a couple of games, but always seems to have a great presence. Fnatic's one of the few teams out there that's really using this hero a lot.
And I think they talk about the role of Pugna too. It's not one of those picks where they'll just pick Pugna when they feel like it. It's as if they talked about how to synergize their draft and make the best use of Pugna. So the items he's going for, it kind of makes sense. Earlier we talked about how he tanks so much damage with his mech, and it secured them the team fight. Now he has BKB, so
he held onto his Blink Dagger instead of using it. Because of that, Ohio was able to track him down with the flying vision of Firefly. Creep wave going in through the mid. They're actually able to get the vision thanks to the Observer Ward onto Vash. Glimpse it back down again. 2 heroes lost, and Vash will instantly buy back. Lose the net ward thanks to the PL illusions, but Raging Potato, careful how far out you want to come with this. Like, mid one's still going to be very, very happy to try and fight. he's not the strongest, he triggers his BKB. Should have Disruptor ready again with the glimpse, and yep, Raging Potato back into the middle of Fnatic once again. Lost 3 heroes, one of them brought back. And the pressure continues to mount.
And Spectre still has Haunt, they have Mech, they have everything. I mean, look at Mushy, they're going for high ground, and Mushy is so chill right now, he can just go back TP and farm while his team needs him, until his team needs him. That's how comfortable they are.
That's always a big power of Spectre, right? Like, that's the reason why I don't know how far back in Dota I've got to go, but it was always classed as one of the greatest late game heroes, primarily for the fact that there's no way that you can beat him as far as like versatility goes, because he's split pushed everything else. And now, well, perfect back wall, but what does it really happen? The PL dies almost instantly. Mushi is burning out cards. In fact, he should die. In fact, he will die to the Disruptor. And this game is over. Fnatic own the Mineski base. They haven't even taken a rack yet. They've got Mineski caged in the middle of Disruptor. Again, a perfect position, but it's mid-1. Going to work on that Pugner. No way to fight back because you burn yourself to death. And what you do have, he drains straight back out of you. GG. Game 1 goes to Fnatic. This just feels like way too one-sided. This is what I was worried about with Mineski. Fnatic would just be able to, like, I don't even say like outplay them. Like the Fnatic draft was very obvious. They ran almost exactly the same draft yesterday, and it had exactly the same success. Find kills in lane, you find objectives directly after, and the Spectre creates the chaos to allow everyone else to do their thing. If things go wrong, Spectre's already got farmed because she got.
Yeah, to be fair though, I think Mineski